So, hi everyone. So, let's go to the next lesson. The gentleman before was Sifu Peter. He's one of my head guys in Vienna, Austria. This is Sifu Cengiz. He's in Stuttgart area in Germany, Black Forest. Okay, there's a very good Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte, a cake. Oh my god, a cherry cake. And you got to train hard, okay? Chocolate 8 bar, it's not 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just for my ego, okay? So, now the next lesson will be about the Bong Sao. Last time we had Tan Sao. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, structurally nothing changes in scientific terms, but I will go in details here as well. So if Sifu Cengiz attacks me with a punch, I'm lunging forward. You see, if my angles, again, my geometrical static of my manza, wuza, the 3-dimension, plus energy, 4th dimension, you see, I will split his force, boom, and he will run into my punch and I can go. Right? Unless he's strong enough to suppress, deform, and bend my energy. So, if I go in here, as you can see, I have not changed, see, I'm still in the front, not changed his direction at all. The same at the Tanzao, he comes in, so, now if you look at this, my hand is totally free. A lot of people do Bong Sao like this. This is no Bong Sao. Whatever I call the push Sao. So, okay, look. So the hand is totally free. So if Sifu Cengiz steps aside, look, if I go in, so it's no different than the Siyum Tao. Again, here too, Bong Sao, don't go by lineages, whose Bong Sao is who's this. The whole idea is to repetition, to the method of Chi Sao, a lot of repetition. This forward energy becomes a part of your muscle memory, part of you. You train this movement into your unconscious. So there are people in Wing Chun that use the terms active, passive. But the truth is, active yes, but passive means no participation at all. And that's not true, because since we have to be always pushing forward, so we're constantly active actually. The right terminology for that is unconsciously. We train that movement into our muscle memory, that from conscious, the movement becomes into your, or gets into your subconscious. So you don't think about it anymore, and it happens. So that's more correct than saying passive. Passive means I'm not participating in punch movement. And I think you are quite a bit participating. Who likes to get punched, right? So, but here, you shoot out forward. Once the connection is, my energy goes. If Sifu Cengiz makes a mistake, my hand continues his way, doesn't stop. Like water, you push against the dam. If the dam breaks, goes, or if the dam doesn't have any holes, you can release some water, goes over on top. So right to the water, you cannot stop. So actually, the punches are like this. If you Cengiz punch, you see? But now you can, I punch here and go in. But this you can already call Bong Sao. You see? Just a little thing. Now, what I like to emphasize again, you're not like Madame Tussauds. Remember that the wax figure cabinet where you're waiting, like this kind of Wing Chun, right? You have emotions. You're a human being. You're angry. So much as you train any movement you learn in the system under stress and put it into your system, in your muscle memory, each. I gave you examples earlier, like how Thai boxers train, how Wing Chun people should train, how boxers train. And Wing Chun people generally like to pose and talk and make nice movements, and that's it, collecting movements. You know, that's not fighting. So you gotta, every little movement you have to train very hard. Now, the same idea here. I am launching forward too. If I'm angry and there's a situation how to defend myself and he rushes in, see where I am? I'm not here anymore. I'm crashing forward. What's happened slowly? Boom, he deforms my arm by suppression. My body continues. My static pushes my body away from his big force, so the second hand is not standing still. Boom. His moving in, and mine moving forward, and my fist, I get more impact on my punch. So my punch is relatively trained. I will have a lot of income. Bang, bang, bang. And I continue, of course, charging. So, the same thing. Again, if you look at the Siyum Tao, see, a lot of people do Bong Sao like this, or they do this and this. That's wrong. So if you look at what's happened, I go forward to suppression. You see what's happened? So that's the movement you're creating at your form, how you get out. So the forward energy, not lifting or coming from the out to the in. Elbows already up and you go forward. Okay? So, however, the structure in Bong Sao, like I explained in Time Sao, the determination is not who's your master, whose lineage you're training. Those are people that don't understand Wing Chun scientifically because they have to do this. They have to go to China and come with funny stories back to their students, and every couple of months or years they're changing programs. So the highest advanced person starts to start again so they can stretch the system so the student have to pay rest of their life or depend on the teachers. Admas is different. Every of my instructors or students from zero to highest level, they go through the same procession. They have to learn everything in detail. They get explanation, everything, but scientifically. Not who's Bong Sao, who's Bong Sao. None of my students could ever be capable to move exactly like me. But now, am I special or no? I don't think. I'm just a human being who is just specialized, very intense to fight. I just understand fighting. I understand you have to train hard. Now, the point is, nobody in this earth can move like me. So can I not move like any of my students. So each are individual persons. So the emotions determine their reactions and their action, their aggressiveness in a fight. So my emotion, what I carry with, is mine, and theirs is theirs. So this means all of my students can become one day even 10 times better than me, and that's my goal. They only have one problem, my students, compared to these other secret sellers and mythic creators in Wing Chun or any style. My students have a problem. I stay fit rest of my life. This is their problem. I'm going to make their life hard to be better than me because I'm going to stay fit for a very, very long time. So they have to train hard, which gives them good. They're going to have long-time education and the fighting and my experience. You know, look, there's the system, there's fighting, and that's me. So my students are all of them. And I believe most other Wing Chun people don't have that from their teachers because either they cannot fight or most of them, 99%, they don't understand science. Maybe bits and pieces, but that's not science. Anything bits and pieces is a method still. Method may work, not work. Science, a system, always works. So the main idea is what we're doing is technical, so you understand the elementary movements. Gradually, as I said earlier, we're going to go faster and higher level, but all these movements is in sections and movements that you understand. But there is another way, and I think another segment, so from now, 6 months later, if you went through the basics, you understand. I'm going to show you how to put every movement under stress through focus mid, wall backs, all different types of training, and sparring type of training that will make it work for you. Because this is all still technically. I can demonstrate how it's supposed to look like. I demonstrate you now the mathematics behind, the science behind, the anatomical issues behind, and the psychology behind. So once you have all this, because before that I cannot let you any focus work if you cannot punch, if you don't understand this, right? So once you have it, you can go much more in details how to make parallel to your studies, to your learning, no matter which level you are. Each movement's powerful, dynamic. That's the most issue here. Most Wing Chun people are not dynamic. I can do everything I teach you on my students with any strangers. I don't need to study. So I want you to understand that. You can call this big talk or something. I can't. That's why people respect what I do. And I respect other people. They understand that. Because I train hard. That's the most important thing in Wing Chun. You cannot run around because you're on the front cover of a magazine, or you did some movies, or you're famous, or you had the touch Gran Maestro Emin Boztepe, right? Or people go, oh, he's Chinese, he must be good. No, I'm not Chinese. But I'm one of the best Wing Chun people in the world. Because I know what it takes to be there. So I want you to be there too. Doesn't matter which nationality you are or whatever. You can be the best person in Wing Chun in the world if you want to, okay? So, now, again, here's the same concept. If he punches me, both hand goes, this doesn't stop, body continues to flex and hits him. So the impact is the same, as I said earlier. If Sifu Cheng is punching me with the other hand, doesn't matter, parallel or cross hand. Again, here too, if in case he punches indoor and his pressure goes this way, boom, so I have to do Gran Sao. I can do here, boom, and the Gran Sao come from in. Or if he comes with the other hand here, I go see. And I have to Gran Sao go in here. So next lesson, I'm going to teach you Gran Sao. And this is like this movement. because it's a very essential movement. This Gran Sao and every rest of your movements, no matter what you do, is always present. It's a very key movement in the Wing Chun system. So structurally, as I explained in Tan Sao, with the center line, if you look at the center line, half of my arm actually is below, half is up. Half is in front of my body, half is behind, from this line where the punch is. You always, the point of view is the punch. Same in Tan Sao. See, half is in front, half is back, but half is left of the punch, or on my body, half is right. Right? Now, if you look at it from this perspective, just stay like this, so the camera can catch. Now, half is left, half is right, you see? Now you can see half is low, half is high. You understand? So, and all happens on your wrist for this. So if he steps in, boom. Now if he goes away, so you see, the anti-Norton virus protection, or symmetric, or whatever you call it. It's like computer language. So assume the little idea is not just a static information, the geometrical measurements. It's not just information for physics, but the energy you have everywhere, which is in the form, right? And it's not only the movements, physics, but also has breathing, also has meditative issues, but he also has fighting aspects in it. But if people don't understand, or just perform correction, you can use the Xian Tao as any moment as you want to correct your movements, your positions, if you want to, right? But again, in a real fight, I want you to watch very careful. It's going to be very fast. You know, it's going to give me a very powerful, fast punch. I want you to see if my Bong Sao is there or not. Okay, one more time. Yeah. So, or get a motivan. Which one you prefer? So you understand what I'm trying to say? You become water, you become ice cube, you become water. So in a fight, you cannot become ice cube in the middle. So you know what people do with ice cube? Throw in and play baseball. Hit them. Okay? So don't get rigid. So the whole idea, you have to come to that state to be fluent. Okay? Right. Thank you very much. So I see you for the next lesson. Gran Sao. Bye.